Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. As you guys have seen the title, this video is gonna be a bit different than my usual videos. My previous videos were a bit more vlog style, and I'll still be uploading videos in that style, but this video is gonna be a talking style video where I talk to you guys about stuff that is happening around me and around the world. But this is just not gonna be me talking. We're also gonna look into real life happenings, true events that are happening in today's time, stuff that I'm hearing on news, crimes that have become so common, and I feel like we need to talk about this. In this video, I wanna do something that I've always shown interest towards because it affects us in some way or another. We're gonna be breaking down toxic masculinity today. And I know these words can be offensive, so I'm telling you guys in advance, if you are not interested in listening to different perspective or opinions, click off from the video. So before diving into the actual topic, I want to address few things before I speak in this topic. First being, do I hate all men? No. So I don't know if men are watching this video or not, but I just want to be clear, I don't hate you guys. I have brothers, cousins, and people and men in my life, but that is not stopping me from talking about this topic and putting light into this topic. Is this video going to be about a man versus woman take? No, it's not a man versus woman video. I'm not here for a gender debate because that's just so pathetic and low, and it just diverts the attention to something else. So let's begin. Which brings us to the topic that why is it flourishing, toxic masculinity. The average common man cannot find any purpose in life. So what they find purpose in is in hate. Do you really think a man who is focused on his business, a man who is fighting poverty daily, is commenting on videos about rape threats? No, they're not, because they're busy in their life. They're busy making a life. They're busy building a life. I think it's very funny. I've seen this multiple times. When women, most of the time when they're actually victims, if they speak a certain way, act a certain way, people are always, they are using the blame card, they are playing the victim. But I've seen this more in men. I have just seen this more in men. While doing that oppression, they'll act like the victim themselves. So red pill is a word taken from the movie The Matrix. I have watched it personally. After all these red pill content creators even coming up with my account, I thought that I should give this movie a try. The protagonist is given a choice to choose between two pills. One's the red pill, which represents enlightenment and acceptance of the harsh truth about reality, while the blue pill, on the other hand, symbolizes the comfort and ignorance. It's featuring Keanu Reeves, and I just want you guys to think, do you think that Keanu Reeves is on Instagram commenting on women's posts like, you deserve to get raped, you deserve to be harassed? And it's tried and tested that if you make up a TikTok account from a teenage boy's name, it's said that it only takes 30 minutes before the first red pill content gets pushed in your feed. Blows my mind, because these teenagers that can be easily manipulated, can be easily brainwashed, TikTok and Instagram are pushing these contents through their head. And most of these kids are making this their purpose in life. They feel that they are being oppressed by something. They feel like they are being emasculated by the society, current society. They feel like men are getting more weaker just because now women can speak for themselves, can earn for themselves, can be independent. And I feel like it's okay to feel that way sometimes, because we try to look from their point of view as well. And I feel like men from the previous generations, the older generations, yep, they were more rude, more rough, more brutal. And as we're leaping into a cultural shift and moving towards a more modern society, it does feel like the society is a bit more sensitive than it was before. There's people that get more offended quickly in this generation than the previous generation, but it doesn't mean that men are weaker. The world was just not in a good condition. People were having wars, people were developing, the countries were developing, and it's still developing. The men from today's generation that are idealizing the previous generation of men have to know that they don't have to be the same, because the condition of today's world have changed. The environment they were living in is different than the environment you're living in today, and therefore you don't have to have their characteristics to be considered a man in this generation. So I realized that I missed a few points, and I want this to have as much as information or my opinions or my views as possible. So how it's mainly thriving is because they guide you to a wrong path, like depression isn't real, or women only want alphas. I have never seen or heard a woman saying that I want an alpha male. normal women would start laughing if they hear someone saying that they're alpha. So what the red pill community do is that they sell you false courses to keep you hooked. Now it's just the same as what's happening with the medicine industry. With some medicines, they don't give it to you to cure you, because curing a patient will mean that they are losing a patient. So what they do is they give you just enough to keep you hooked. That's what's happening with the incel community, red pill community. All these podcast people, all the people that you're idealizing or looking up to, what they'll tell you are fake things, fake solution that looks like that is the real solution, but they are actually false. So you'll be depressed, you'll feel abandoned, and instead of healing you, they'll be like, buy up my course. In this course, I'll train you how to be alpha male and how women will come up to you. And in that course, nothing will happen. You'll just get more delusional and you'll buy more. That's how they are keeping the community alive. After you buy it, you will feel like you need to buy more, that you haven't bought enough courses. Maybe you're improving, but you just have not bought enough courses. And you're just one course away to having a very different life, which is not true. It's a scam. I feel like it's just exploiting men with their internal fears, what they feel like they lack, and exploiting their fears to use in their own benefits. It's just my personal take. I feel like instead of buying these red pill content, red pill courses, useless courses, you can just invest the money in a football or guitar or books. At least it will help you healthily. If you feel alone, just open a book or just start playing guitar or just start painting instead of listening to this money hungry people online that are not trying to help you but try to scam you. They don't care about you. If you go up to them and be like, I am a lonely man, can you just give me $20? They won't. They'll actually be like, give me your $20, I'll give you something. And if it makes you feel any better, just know that I am a lonely person too. I don't consider my loneliness as something to be sad over. I have seen a lot of comments while looking into this topic of men sharing their problems, that they feel lonely, and I do feel like there needs to be a better community for them to express their opinion. And there is this quote by Paul Tillich that language has created a word called loneliness to express the pain of being alone, while on the other hand, the same language has created the word solitude to express the joy of being alone. So I love my solitude, I love being alone, and I feel like there are sometimes you feel bored, and we humans are social creatures. We need socialization. Even in like a surface level, we need socialization because we are social creatures. One of the major reasons that we are able to survive till this age is because of our socialization skills. No other animals have that much of a word count or socializing skills as compared to humans. So it's completely natural to feel a need for socializing, but I feel like that doesn't come with buying courses or being toxic or being hateful. Instead, like I said, you can build up a hobby. When I'm alone, I just start dancing because that's how I feel much better. Or I go to the gym. Or you can practice in your home if you feel alone. And I would say try to take the first step to talk to people, not from only from opposite gender. Most of you guys, what you do is like you just approach someone just for romantic reasons. Just try approaching someone for non-romantic reasons once, like to build friendship or a bond. So instead of wasting up your energy in the wrong place, try to divert your energy in the right place. Second reason goes to the loneliness and isolation of men. Unlike women, I know there are women that suffer from loneliness and isolation as well, but I feel like most men suffer from it more than women because the rise of digital technologies where now everything feels a bit transactional. Like the communication, they're getting more and more, surface level talking. So many men are uncertain about their purpose. Men are statistically more likely to have less close friendship and emotional support. Most men don't know how to give emotional support because they're not taught to. In this patriarchy, we are taught that men don't cry and men don't talk about their emotions because it's weak, which is not true. Like, I feel like most of the problem that is arising in today's world is because of the system that we have set. It's because of the patriarchy. There are certain rules that are invisible, but you experience it daily. You have to act a certain way or else you'll be seen as weak or gay. Don't care too much, it's a feminine trait. But what if it's a thing that bothers you actually? And I have seen in Instagram a lot of the times a man will come, share their problems, and there will be other men laughing at him, making jokes out of him, and bullying him in general. They're just taught that talking about their feelings is weak. And I feel like today's generation of men are actually realizing the power of friendship, which sounds funny, but they're actually learning to value their homies. Loneliness is just not being alone. It is the emotional pain of not having meaningful human connection. So just because you're surrounded by 30 people every day does not mean you're not lonely. You go to various setups or settings where you can see a lot of people, but if you don't have actual connections there, you will end up feeling lonely. So to everyone listening, just because you have people sitting with you or having classes with you or spending time with you, if you guys don't build a connection, you'll always feel lonely because it's in your head as well. Third reason, which also can be a subcategory in this, is feeling rejected, feeling abandoned, feeling that the other gender doesn't care about you. Most insults don't start with hate, they start with hurt. Repeated romantic rejection, poor social skills, plus internal pain, which can be caused by a lot of stuff, such as the environment you grew up in, which can include family, friends, the people that you roam with, and all this pain then tries to find an explanation because pain seeks explanation. This pain tries to find the reason behind it. When you're suffering, it's very easy to blame someone else, and more easy if the person you're blaming is in a less privileged situation than you. They'll ask themselves a question like, I feel unwanted. Why? What could be the reason? And then the answer will be, because men like these type of men, 6'4", blah 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 blah. Therefore, I need to hate them because they don't like me. So this idea gives them certainty. A community, even if it's a community built on hate, but at least a community that think they were lacking so much to begin with, and a story to explain their suffering. And while looking at this reason in particular, I came to the realization that it's very similar to those hate groups that used to form in high schools, like those bonds that just exist because both of you guys or a group just hate one person in common. Let me just give you an example. Assume there is one girl called Becky and there's another girl called Eliza, and they both hate Natasha. So what will happen is that Becky and Eliza will bond over by hating Natasha. It's just the same as that. Both of you guys feel that you are getting rejected by women, feeling unwanted by women. Both of you will bond over hating women then, which will then result into you guys bonding over the hatred. And in most cases, it's just not two guys. There's group. And as I can see right now, there is a community. What it results in is that lonely men starts to dehumanize women because they blame women for their suffering. When you blame something on someone, you start to lack empathy towards them. And therefore, it's less likely for men with sisters to be incels or a member of red pill community because they have someone in their family, excluding moms from this. They can view women as humans because they grew up with them, they joke with them, they spend time with them, so it's less likely for them to see them as objects. And third reason is how they deal with it, how they deal with the pain or any struggles in their life. So mostly women tend to seek help, talk to their friends or therapists, but in men's cases, lonely men usually do is that they shut down when they face troubles or problems in their life. And if the parents are careless, they won't even bother to ask their kids what's happening in their life or ask them are they okay or not. So what they do to remove this pain, they shut down, like I said, or try to distract themselves. And most of the times these distractions are not healthy. They start drinking, they start smoking, they start to bottle up their emotions inside. Now this anger and aggressive behavior or the things that they use to distract themselves like smoking and drinking will give the illusion of strength, control, and belonging. All these three that they clearly crave so much. But these are all from a negative source, so the outcome will be negative. Men want to feel powerful. If they don't feel secure enough or get insecure, they'll start blaming the things around them. And weak men most likely target less privileged group. I'm not embarrassed to say that women are weaker than men biologically. I know there are some exceptions where, there are women that are more physically stronger than men, but in general basis, men are stronger than women biologically. So therefore, you'll see most of the men that are insecure, they'll target women because, like I said, they are physically more weaker, so they are more easy to be oppressed, harassed, and abused. While in case of men offending other men, you won't see a lot of men doing that, especially the insecure ones, especially the predators, especially the rapists, because they are stronger and harder to physically win. And even if they do win, chances are that the men will give you or hurt you back in a much higher degree. And men are taught hate can be used as a driving force, but I feel like it's my personal opinion, but if you use hate as your driving force, yes, hate in the beginning can be used as a driving force, but you'll run out of it. And if you are planning to be in a more healthier environment, in a place where you find peace, love, contentment, and satisfaction, you cannot use hate as your driving force in the longer run, because it doesn't match. Like, it's common sense saying that you're using hate to go to love. How will you be able to use that? Because the destination you are looking for asks for the opposite of what you're using as your driving force. I don't know if it is making sense to you guys, but it is making sense to me. So women, on the other hand, are taught healing as the driving force. They are taught to heal first and then work upon it. I'm not saying it won't work. In the temporal run, if you use it as a beginning force to start something, it might work, but like in the longer run, it won't. So what I would encourage the healthy men, the men that are lucky to be born in an environment that doesn't have a lot of struggles, is to encourage your homies, your friend, to communicate more to you, and to the women as well that have male friends in their life, to not take vulnerability as shame, something shameful, something to be embarrassed of. The fourth point is my personal take, is it's because you don't grow up with good male role models. They either had an absent parent or an abusive parent if the parent was present to begin with. And I feel like the parents are to be blamed as well. Therefore, in this generation, if you're having a kid, please be more mentally stable and responsible before having kids, because it will affect them as well and the community as well that they later on choose to stay in. I have met a lot of people that craves the male validation. You'll see a lot of pygmies, a lot of girls that are craving male validation, so they'll act a certain way. But the funny thing is that there are men that also crave male validation, and mostly these are the type of men that had an abusive father figure or an absent male figure. So what they'll do is that they'll try to join in the community to feel the male validation, the red pill community. Even though the source was hatred, you still feel like you belong there. Another example can be a boyfriend insulting his girlfriend just because he feels like if he insults his girlfriend, he'll be accepted by his friends more, he'll be considered as the alpha in the relationship by his friends. This is a very common example, because I see a lot of men that date certain women not because they actually emotionally like them, but because they feel like that if they can get access to that woman, they'll be praised by their friends. Oh, you bagged a Betty. Oh my god, she talks to you. Oh my god, you're in a relationship with her. They want praises from other men. So I'm gonna be watching a few clips that has come to my attention, and it's very sad.
14 June 2025. A 32-year-old Sangeeta got brutally beaten by her husband and in-laws. Hot iron pressed on genitals and all over her body. Woman dies. Aligarh, UP. 25. Man strangulates and stabs an 18-year-old Delhi University student. 3rd June 2025. Lama Baski, a 55-year-old man, hits his 41-year-old wife with an iron rod on her head, causing her immediate death for not cooking egg curry. Baripada, Odisha. Same day, a 28-year-old man, Shankar, beheaded his 26-year-old wife, Mansa, and brought her head to Suryanagar police station, Bengaluru. 4th June, a 25-year-old techie stabbed his 33-year-old girlfriend 17 times and body found after 2 days. 9th June 2025. A 28-year-old man killed his 26-year-old girlfriend Madhushri, with whom he was in a relationship for over 6 years, Gadag, Karnataka. 18th May 2025. A 30-year-old doctor killed by husband and in-laws for not being able to conceive, Belagavi, Karnataka. 20th May. A drunk son killed his 85-year-old mother by beating her, Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala. Same day, a 22-year-old man, Ashik Kumar, tortured a 17-year-old minor girl with beer bottles inside her private part and thrashed her with an iron rod and strangulated her and stuffed her body in a suitcase with the help of his 7 relatives, Bengaluru. 25 May 2025. A 45-year-old man, Dinesh Kumar Sain, killed a 65-year-old woman, Savri Devi, for denying him sex, UP. 31st May 2025. A man named Rafi killed the love of his life, Saira, by stabbing her 18 times with a screwdriver and piercing her private parts with the same weapon, all of this because she rejected him, Muradabad, UP. 5th December 2024. Vishal Kumar killed his 5-month pregnant wife by pushing her into river to hide his extramarital affair, Meerut, UP. 11th April 2025. A man kills a 75-year-old woman with an iron rod and later records his video while jumping on her body, Kushaigura, Hyderabad. 13th April 2025. A man kills a 25-year-old woman Anjali over property papers. Body found from Etawah River, burnt and mutilated. 11th March 2025. Delhi businessman Anil Kumar killed his wife Seema Singh, wrapped her body in a bedsheet, tied with stones and cement bricks, and drowned her in a drain. 18th February 2025. Sandeep Badulia killed his wife Sonali Badulia and hanged her body to present it as a suicide. Their 4-year-old daughter drew pictures to explain this and said, "Papa killed Mama." Maharashtra, a 35-year-old killed by husband over infertility. Kaushambi, UP, a 33-year-old woman killed with poison by in-laws over infertility. West Delhi, Mohan Garden, a 38-year-old man killed his family over financial issues. Rajouri Garden, Delhi, a 71-year-old man hires 2 killers to murder his 35-year-old wife. Siliguri, a man killed his wife with a stone over an argument. In UP, a man uses axe to kill his wife and infant daughter in their sleep. A 33-year-old Karnataka cop killed his wife just after she gave birth. With this, I conclude.
So this was just one video from this one account, and it included a lot of crimes, and it's not even considered a lot right now because there's more than my phone could fit in the crimes that are happening in this world today towards women. Why am I speaking on this topic now? It's because I have seen it in our stereotypical environment. I grew up in India. It's very fucking common for me to see it with my own eyes, and no better country than India. Like, you see crime about women every day.
Everyone is talking about Meghalaya honeymoon murder case where the wife Sonam Raghuvanshi allegedly orchestrated the murder of her husband Raja Raghuvanshi, and it is extremely sad. His death is extremely sad and tragic. But I also want to talk about this event which no one mentioned. Barely 1-2 news channels covered it. A 9-month pregnant woman was strangled to her death by her husband in Vizag. I don't understand why her death did not get as much attention as Raja Raghuvanshi's death is getting right now. What am I missing?
It's not just one case. I have seen the video of him, and I do feel really sad for him because he didn't deserve it. He was a nice guy and was trying to live his life. And I support that it's getting a lot of attention, like a lot of media attention. And finally, like, the culprit has been caught and will legally be punished by the judicial system. But the thing is that there's thousands of cases just like that Sonam case happening. But the only difference is that it's happening towards women by men. And it's just one post out of the 1892 posts that I have saved. An 8-year-old Yemeni girl died of internal bleeding on her wedding night. There's a lot of dowry cases in which the husband kills his wife, or the in-laws also participate with the husband to kill the wife because the daughter's parents failed to give the dowry. And I'm not on here trying to make any crime less than it seems, but why some particular cases get more views than the other, and we all know the reason why. Women crimes in India has been so normalized that now it just doesn't give any views. Like, even the news channels are not covering it because they know, like, people are gonna be like, oh, isme kaun sa naya cheez hai, ye to har samay hota hai. Like, every day I woke up, a girl gets harassed or raped. And coming back to the Visit Liz situation, I just want to say that it's a terrible thing that happened to her. She is not the first or the last woman to get cheated on by the husband, but she is a public figure. And when you're a public figure, you're more likely to be scrutinized by the media, by the people. The comments on the post related to her cheating scandal of her and Landon, there were so many disgusting comments. And the funny thing was that it was not only from men, it was from women as well, those pygmy-shas. She just didn't get cheated on. She was 4 months pregnant while he cheated. And when has pregnancy ever stopped men from cheating? Coming back to the women were like, oh my god, newbies are crying for Visit Liz. Why are they crying? It's not even related to them. It's not them that they got cheated. Are you guys lacking so much empathy? Like, I won't cry for them, but the least that I could have is the empathy towards them. Coming back, making a declaration that I am a feminist, and I'll always be a feminist. And feminism is not anti-men. I'll put a description given by the Google. Now, you people can change the meaning of feminism all you want according to your agenda or your own emotions. And there's a lot of misunderstanding and misuse of this word, such as feminism is anti-men, or they want to be more superior than men. And why do people think that it's anti-men? Let's discuss that as well. It's because men take criticism as hate towards men. They feel like that if we are criticizing a system that's oppressing a particular group, a particular gender, as hatred. And I've heard this quote somewhere, that equality feels like oppression when you are the one in privilege. And when you're dumb as well. When you've been privileged for so long, asking for equal rights or equal favors will feel like an oppression to you, because it will not benefit you as much as it was before. I don't know, I feel like I have to use examples to make you people understand. I know there are people that will understand me, but I just want to reach a more broader audience, and I know that if it reaches a broader audience, it will need example, because then people will be able to relate, and it's not the fault. Let me give you guys the example. Consider me a tuition teacher with two students. One's named Eric and the other's named Erica. So every day after the classes end, out of the 6 toffees that I carry with me every day, I decide to give 4 to Eric and 2 toffees to Erica. And it goes like that for a while. But after a while, Erica finds out that I'm giving 4 toffees out of the 6 toffees to Eric, and she's only getting 2 toffees. So she demands for equality and to be given the same amount of toffees as Eric. So after that, I started giving Eric 3 toffees and Erica 3 toffees, and now it's in equal order. So now I'm favoring no one, and both are getting the equal amount. But to Eric, it will feel like oppression, because at first he was getting 4 toffees and now he's getting 3. So the privilege that he had of getting 4 toffees has been reduced to 3, and it feels to him like that he's being oppressed. And moreover, Erica, who used to get only 2 toffees, is getting 3 now. So according to him, it feels like she is benefiting from the new system, even though she is not. She is just getting the same amount as him, but to him it looks like that, because if you don't think logically and just emotionally, it does feel like that, oh my god, I'm the one being oppressed and she's benefiting from it. But the truth is that Eric was the one that has been privileged for a long time, so now he cannot view the system from a third point of view and only views it from his point. Men are seeing that women are getting benefits, the benefits they were getting from the beginning, and they are thinking the system is only changing with regards to the woman and not for them, when in the first place the problems were towards women. If I struggle more than you, obviously if the system improves, obviously the biggest changes will be the system around me only, because I was the one struggling. If I was a poor kid in poverty and the government out of nowhere started distributing free rice to people who are suffering from poverty, then obviously the poor kid will be the one getting the most benefit out of the new rule that is distributing of free rice to poor people, because he is the poor people to begin with. Okay, so if you guys feel like feminism is anti-men, you should touch some grass. And why I am declaring this thing is because I have never seen any YouTuber or any person, not even YouTuber, like any person in general from my place where I belong, say it, that they are feminist. Yep. In fact, some of them insult it because of the stereotypical thinking that you have. Oh, this means that. They'll not research about it, they'll not search for the meaning. And I don't care, it's fine. It was a very draining video for me, because it was my first video of talking about these stuffs, and it was very time consuming as well. Men can be feminist as well. Forget about men, I've not seen any woman even say that. Traditional women can also be feminist. You don't have to be independent to be feminist. You don't have to be a single woman to be a feminist. You can be a traditional mother looking after her kids, or a traditional woman where the man provides for you, because feminism is the choice. A lot of women saying that I'm not a feminist, but I do believe that women should be able to have jobs, that women should be able to have social standings, that women should be able to represent certain jobs, that women should be paid equally. Well, that is the definition of feminism. It's not shaming women for having traditional choices or having traditional preferences. You can be in a sari and still be a feminist. But people just don't understand that. They think, oh, if I'm a feminist, I have to wear short dresses, I have to color my hair, then only I can be feminist. It's not that. Please, before jumping into conclusion about its definition, because it's oftenly misunderstood and a very misused word, try to search it in Google, the meaning. Men are also like that. Oh, you're a feminist, you must hate me. No, I don't hate you. I hate accountable men. Men that are truthfully accused of certain things, such as crimes, murders, assaults. And if feminism wasn't there, you wouldn't be able to have any opinion. You wouldn't be able to voice your opinion. The only reason people are listening to you, the only reason you can voice your opinion in this generation, in this economy, is because of feminism. If you feel like that feminism is not important and it's useless, and you insult people that supports feminism, as a woman, I feel like if you think it's useless for you, that it has not done anything, that is just a dramatic thing for debate or rage bait, I feel like you should just go to Afghanistan or Taliban or whatever. Like Taliban is under Afghanistan, you can go there. There is no feminism there. You can live peacefully there. Here, speaking about it was a very new experience. I feel like I am trying my best to get out of my comfort zone and to speak things that actually matters to me. Sorry for my accent. I know it's a bit strong. So bear with that. And I just want to end the video by saying it's not the end. It's just the beginning. There will be more videos like this coming, and not only in this topic, but like funny videos and stuff. Thank you for the watch, and bye bye.
Feminism is a lost cause in 2025. Really? Then can you explain to me why when I make a video saying rape is bad, the comment section is filled with raging men arguing?
इस हरामजादे का नाम है अक्षय शिंदे और इसने बदलापुर में 2-4 साल की बच्चियों के साथ स्कूल के बाथरूम में यौन शोषण कर दिया। 4 साल की बच्चियां कलकत्ता में डॉक्टर थी, यहाँ पे बदलापुर में नर्सरी की बच्चियां, बैंगलोर की सड़कों पे चलता एक अनजान व्यक्ति था, तो उत्तर प्रदेश में उसके घर में उसका बाप। कभी एक 14 साल की लड़की का स्कूल में टीचर उसका बलात्कार कर देता है, कभी पंजाब की लड़की का देहरादून में चलती बस में गैंग रेप हो जाता है, कहीं पे एक 70 साल का बुढ़ा एक 13 साल की लड़की का बलात्कार कर देता है, तो कहीं पे एक मानसिक रोगी को खाने का लालच देके उसका बलात्कार हो जाता है। और ये सब सिर्फ पिछले 24 घंटे के दर्ज केसों में से है। ये वो है जो तुम लोगों को पता है। ये नर्सरी की बच्चियों ने कौन से उत्तेजित करने वाले कपड़े पहन रखे थे? ये मुझे सरकार से सिर्फ ये सवाल पूछना है कि कब बनेंगे ऐसे कानून कि महिलाओं की तरफ देखने से पहले भी आदमियों की रूह कांप जाए। अरे बेटी बचाओ में बताना था ना कि तुमसे बचानी है बेटी, अपने बेटे संभाल लो, बेटियां तो अपने आप बच जाएंगी।